Hey everyone, welcome to the reading for today. We're going to see what the message is for you guys in a second. It's going to be a collective reading, okay? But before I get into the reading, I have something I just want to talk to you guys about, all right? Because I was thinking a lot last night, okay? And I do feel like it's going to tie in with the message in a second, all right? So my sister told me that she was going to go on a blind date, okay? She was getting set up with mutual friends, and they were going to like double date it or something like that, right? And it ended up falling through, whatever, but that's not really the point of the story. The point of the story is that I was thinking about the topic of a blind date, right? And I want to know what you guys would do. You can put it in the comments, okay? Because for me, the thought of a blind date is terrifying, okay? Like absolutely terrifying, okay? Because I was thinking through a bunch of different scenarios here, and like, how would I feel going on a blind date, right? So the first thing that came to me, you know, being on YouTube and stuff, I think my fear would be that if I've never met this person before, but they can see me online or they can watch me on YouTube, you know, the fear would probably be like, what if they imagine me being different? Or what if I am different in real life? You know what I mean? Like, would I be disappointing in real life? Okay, I feel like that was one thing that definitely went through my head yesterday. Is like, when somebody sees you online or they see you on YouTube, is it like kind of like a celebrity thing? I mean, that's how I was wondering. Is like, you see an actor in the movies and they're this, that way, but like, what if you see them in real life? You know, like, I think that's happened a couple times where people have seen celebrities and been like, oh, they're so much different than what I would have imagined. Like, they were this way, they were that way. So that would be strange, right? Like, what if you're disappointing in real life? You know? Um, or I think another thing that I was thinking was like, I'm so talkative on YouTube because I'm just sitting here by myself and I'm just sitting here with a camera, right? I'm just talking. But I think in real life, I would be way more nervous, right? And way more quiet. So then it would probably be like, why are you so boring? Or why are you so quiet? Okay. You know, something like that, where I was just thinking like, I probably wouldn't meet up with like the expectation of what someone is expecting. Like, if they're expecting me to show up the way I am on YouTube, then I probably wouldn't, because I would be nervous, right? So then it's like, why are you so much different? Or why are you so quiet and boring? Or, you know, I don't know. I was just thinking about this, okay? And the other thing that I was thinking about, like, that's one scenario, okay? I was thinking about my job. But then I was thinking, like, okay, if it's like the situation like my sister, where she's getting set up through mutual friends, right? So it's like, let's say you're getting set up through a mutual friend, and so there's a possibility there that the person you're getting set up on a blind date with knows a lot about you. Like, a lot. Like, you don't know what they know. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine sitting down with someone on a blind date and you don't know what they know about you? Like, they could know, like, if it's a mutual friend, they could know like your deepest, darkest secrets, okay? Like, can you imagine? They could like know your trauma, okay? um like, I was thinking about that, and like, that is a horrifying, like, that's scary, okay? That's scary. Like, if you're sitting down and you don't know anything about someone, nothing. I think that for me, when I think about that for a second, it would probably, for me, would be the fear of like rejection that comes up, or the fear of like a preconceived notion of who you are, what you've been through, or maybe even just judgment towards you. Because again, it's like you don't know what they know about you, right? Or you don't know what they've heard about you, or you don't know what they've seen of yours, or you don't know what they've read, or you don't know about like, maybe they know about like fights you've had in the past, or relationships you've had in the past, or maybe they know like really private things that you would have never told them. And then you go into like a blind date with someone, they already know these things. So it's almost like you don't really have any control over like how far in you let them. Okay, that was what I was thinking. It's like that would be kind of scary. That scares me about a blind date, I think. Is that you don't know what they know about you. Like what if they know things about like your trauma? Okay? Like I don't know, it's scary. Could you guys go on a blind date? Could you do it? Because for me, it's not even really about, like, when I think about it, I don't really think about who I'm going to meet or who I would meet, okay, hypothetically, but because there's like no expectation there whatsoever, right? You kind of go into it with no expectation. But like in the situation of my sister, like if it's a mutual friend setting you up, then you might be going into something blindly, but the other person might not be. And then it's like that's not an uncomfortable feeling, right? It's like sitting down with someone where they like see things about you that maybe you wouldn't have typically shared with them on a first date, right? Or yeah, I feel like, so the biggest feeling, and I feel like this is where it ties in with the message, guys, in a second, is like the biggest feeling that's coming up for me right now is this fear of like rejection, or the fear of being judged, right? Like if somebody knows things about you from your past, or they know about things that you've been through, like the fear of judgment. And if I'm being honest, like I think even the thought, like if somebody knew a lot about you going into the date, the fear of like, or the thought of like, why would they even want to go? Why would they even want to go with me? Okay. If they knew so much about you going into it, like, wouldn't that be like I don't know how to say it. Like, there's something here about like feeling, I almost want to say like turned off by it, okay? Or, I don't know. This feeling is kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. That's a scary feeling. Blind dates, all right? And for me, really, it's like the thought of you don't know anything about them, but they know so much about you that is like, I don't know. Could you do it? I really want to know what you guys think. Could you do that? Could you guys even go on a blind date? Would you go on a blind date? And if you would, like what would scare you about it, you know? Because those are the two things that came up for me. Now, I don't know why this is important. I guess we're going to see. I mean, it could be like what I was getting is a bit of like blind date with destiny kind of a thing, right? It's like the concept of sometimes you do things and there's a lot of things that come up, like fears especially, or like self-doubt or insecurity, feeling insecure. So maybe this doesn't have anything to do with a blind date, okay, but more about like having to look at these fears that come up in a situation, right? Like something about jumping into the unknown and not really knowing what's going to happen afterwards. But then there's so many things that come up, like, oh God, like, what if I'm like disappointing in some sort of way? Or what if I don't live up to some sort of expectations? Or what if somebody is expecting something different of me? I don't know. Or like the fear, I think the fear of putting yourself out there, right? And I think that's not even really, that doesn't really have much to do with blind dates anyways. That's, I think generally dating, anybody can relate to that, is like being open, right? Being open to something. But especially with like blind dates or dates that you get set up in some sort of way, it's like you might think that you're an open book anyways, but like how, like that's a bit of a scary feeling when you meet with someone and they've already kind of read the book. And then you kind of sit down and you're like, okay, so what do we talk about? And since you already read the book, like, how'd you like it, you know? Like, did you like the book? Or do you have like criticisms of the book? Or do you have like opinions of the book, you know? So, oh my God, like this thing with my sister, this blind date situation really got me to thinking, because it's like, how do you do that, right? How do you sit down with someone who's an unread book? Like, you have not read their book, you know nothing about them, but what if they already read your book and you're like, oh my God, what do they know, you know? Like, why would they even be here after reading your book, you know? And then you kind of feel bad about yourself a little bit, because it's like, I don't know, that feeling is strong. Maybe that is the message. That feeling is strong. It's like insecurity. That's a feeling of like, if you knew a stranger, or if you knew someone out there read the book of your life, could you sit across from them and look them in the eyes and feel safe there? Or would you be scared because of judgment? Or like how they see you, or how they judge you maybe for your trauma, you know? Or even your shadow side. Like, if this person has read your book, then they've seen, like, maybe they've heard things about like the way you are when you fight, or the way that you are when you're mad, or the way that you are, you know. How do you go into it when you're not like the first page? Like, they've already read the book. You know? Huh. Okay, let's see what this is, guys. Where's this going today? The Knight of Swords in reverse and the Sun. Yeah, the Knight of Swords in reverse, that's like criticism, lashing out, insults. Okay, the Sun. The Moon and the High Priestess. The Sun, the Moon, and the High Priestess. Yeah, it's like, this is like about knowing what is underneath it all. I mean, the High Priestess is the gatekeeper. That's why she's standing here in the gate, right? She's like trusted with the secrets of the universe, but she also holds a lot of secrets, right? The Moon, it's like, yeah, it's something about you. You're not typically someone who would share all these things with someone, right? Like, this could be a situation where, like, let's say you tend to be more of a private person, or you don't really let people into everything under the surface, right? Like that's, do you know how that is scary? Like this is terrifying. That's what I mean. It's like when you're a high priestess in the moon energy where you're very careful about who you let in, who you tell things to, you keep things to yourself. But then you come into a situation where you have to shine a light on all that, or like everything is seen, like everything that is usually in the moon energy for you, everything that you hold inside of you is seen, is out in the open. Yin and yang, the sun and the moon, duality. This is yin and yang. Interesting. Okay, so why is the Knight of Swords in reverse here? The Knight of Swords. Oops. This is a lot. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Swords. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Why is the Five of Swords here, though? What's the Sun? The Nine of Swords, yeah, fears. Fears and like insecurities and things that scare you and things that worry you, and like you're like the things that you think about at night. You know, the Sun is like something about feeling seen, or someone around you that knows these things about you, or just maybe generally that's, I don't even know if it's about someone else as much as it's like the thought of this is scary. Like the thought of you having to put your trauma on the table, or the thought of being seen, or the thought of somebody knowing everything about what you've been through, that could be like a terrifying thought to face, okay? Because maybe you've had a really hard life, okay? Or maybe like a lot of things have happened to you that like, I'm just going to speak very honestly, okay? I just want to speak honestly and speak on the feeling because I feel like it's important, okay? Like, you could have a fear that if somebody knew everything about you, or everything that you've been through, that you would be like undesirable, you know? Like, I don't know, like broken in a way, okay? So you stay as the high priestess, as the moon, right? Where you don't typically tell people much about you at all. You don't tell people about things about you, especially not everything that you've been through. No way. Okay. Tell me more about this Nine of Swords. The Two of Wands. And the Four of Wands. Some sort of choice is made at a home, a property, a location, a place. Okay, what's the Moon? The Tower, the Sun, the Star, and the Four of Cups. The stars, the sky, the moon, the stars, and the sun. The sun is here twice. again, it's something about like the sun and the moon. Yeah, you could feel like you have to keep certain things about you hidden because you feel like people would reject you if they knew everything. It's like a terrifying feeling. And the tower is like, that's that energy of like, would I even be able to go into a blind date with this thought in the back of my head? Like, would you be able to go on a blind date and not know if somebody knows what's in the moon energy? And like, what if they reject you over it? Or what if they I'm just going to say again, like, they think like it makes you undesirable. Because there's worse words coming in my head, but I'm trying to like not be so. I'm trying to choose my words wisely here. Okay. The Knight of Wands. I feel so heavy right now. Like, I feel like I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying not to cry because this energy feels so heavy. And it feels very sad. Because it feels like you feel like you can't really be open with people without feeling like they'll reject you. Or feeling like they'll find you like disgusting. I don't know why you feel that way about yourself, but it's like you're a person, you just feel safer when you control like how much of yourself you show to people, okay? Or how much you just open up to people, right? Like, you might be someone you don't typically open up to people or talk about things that like have happened, okay? So it's like you I mean, it's like one thing if there's like family members or close friends around you that know about certain things from your past where you know that they're not judging you for it, but if it's like strangers that you don't know where they've kind of heard it through the grapevine or they've heard it from here, they heard it from there, like, yeah, of course you would ask yourself, like, do they talk about me or do they, like, what do they think? It's that energy again of the book. It's like if someone had read the book of your life, what do you think that they would think of that, Because there's, with the Four of Cups and the Tower, it's like there's a part of you that feels like they would tell you that the book's not for them, So it's almost like you feel like the only way you can go through life is for no one to ever read the full book. Because you feel like there's things in there that people would walk away from. Okay. The High Priestess. The Page of Cups and the Three of Cups. friends. And the Fool, a new beginning, lightheartedness, the Page of Cups. I mean, that's like young-spirited, young-minded, having fun, happy-go-lucky, free spirit, happy. That could be like what you want to show to the world, right? Or first house, the Fool. Something about your first house. Yeah, your first house, how people see you, how people view you, how you come across. And that goes back to what I said at the beginning with like my thought about the blind date and the YouTube thing, right? So you don't do it on purpose. Like, I don't feel like you don't change who you are in the first house energy. Like when it comes to other people and what they see of you or what they perceive of you, like you're just you just do what you do. But you, maybe the reason why your first house, why you feel like you're the Fool, the first house, and then you have the High Priestess behind it, which means like you have like a whole, you're like an ocean, okay? You are an ocean, and you show people the beach. That's what you show of yourself. Like, hi, I'm the beach, okay? The beach, I'm the beach. Okay, I didn't mean to make that pun not intended, okay? But like sunny, feel good, right? Nice day at the beach, okay? But you're actually the ocean. But down there, it's like you don't really let people swim in the ocean because, like, what if they see a shark down there and then they run away, right? Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But you're both. Like, you are the beach and you are the ocean, so you're not like faking it. But you just are like, yeah, just stay on the beach. Like, the beach is fun, but don't come in the ocean because down there there's like sharks and stuff. You know, you don't tell people that there's sharks, but you just don't really want them to go swimming down there because like you feel like they're going to run away scared and then never come back because, you know, there's like something wrong with your waters. I don't know. Okay, that's just how I feel right now. So tell me about this Five of Swords. The Chaser. The Chaser, chasing after someone, chasing after something, having a fear of abandonment. Something not evolving to the next phase. No, you're not chasing after anyone, okay? You're not. I feel like you're actually... Like, I feel like, look, I feel like for you, you would be open to like new experiences in your life, but it's also very scary, right? Like, you're not sitting here like chasing after someone to stay on the beach because you know that like you have this ocean about you as well, and it's like you don't really want someone to look in the ocean. I don't know how to put it. Tell me more. Heartbroken. Deeply hurt, sad, breakup, feeling lost, heartbroken about having multiple options, decisions, being strung along. What is that about? A man in reverse. But this one has like a crown and a sword. So this is someone without honors. This is someone who's disgraced, or they have no honor. They're not Prince Charming, okay? Yeah, like maybe you've even run into a lot of people where they like, I'll never forget, okay, and this is a long, very long time ago for me, okay? But this hit so deep that I'll never forget what someone said to me, okay? Because I opened up to someone a long time ago about something, and they looked at me and they said, you should have taken that to the grave. And I was like, what? And they said it in a way where it was like, that is something that you should have never told anyone, because like now, like that, it was like kind of a way of like saying, now I see you differently because you told me this traumatic thing about you. You know, it's like, you should have taken that to the grave with you. And that was so hurtful. I was so hurt after that. And maybe something like that has happened to you, where you've experienced people like shunning you. It feels like you feel shunned for the things that you've been through, almost like you're not the victim, but you're like now like disgraced in a way. I don't know how to say. It's like people, like you feel shunned or judged. I don't know. Yeah, this reading is not going to be for everyone. It's going to be a bit hard, I know, but mark it. Yeah, something about going out, okay? Going out. Like, even look on this card, it's a man, I think, going to the pub. There's like drinks, two little, hold on. Two little beer things on there, right? Okay. Yeah, so something about going out, maybe. Okay, yeah, blind date, right? Going out to drink. Okay. Incense burner. Incense burner. I'm just looking at the cross. Incense burner. Okay, so something about smoke or cleansing or something about a smell. Oh, I was joking about this to myself. I was making a joke about this when I was thinking about this whole topic here, right? I was like, I think another thing that I said to myself is like, what if, like with the YouTube thing, right? So what if you guys or someone here is like imagining that I smell like vanilla, okay? And then I show up and I smell like apricots or something like that, right? It's like that kind of a thing where it's like, what if it's like different from the perception, from going from 2D to 3D, right? Like, would that be disappointing? I don't know. Okay, this is so random, but whatever. So what else here with the sun? Judgment. The Knight of Pentacles. You have to make a judgment call. You have to make a decision in order to move forward. In order to plan forward, you have to make a choice, or you have to make a judgment call. Yeah, the 2 wands. So there has to be a choice that's made here in order to move something forward. Okay, whatever that means. What is that? Sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. Yeah, the uncertainty of something. Yeah, it's like being unsure, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And not, I feel like, again, this is a situation where the unsure or the uncertainty isn't coming from, from the being unsure of what you're going to walk into, or who you're going to like walk into, or the place or the person or the career or whatever it is, right? Because you're going there with no expectation. But the unsure feeling comes more like, I feel like, from yourself. Like the uncertainty of how you will be received there, or how you will be perceived, or how, like, what kind of an impression they're going to have. Or if they already have an impression of you and you can't live up to it, or it's disappointing in some sort of way, right? Yeah. Okay, so why is the choice here, though? A choice that has to be made. The 7 of Wands, to keep going, keep fighting, defend something here. The Wheel of Fortune and the Empress. Yeah, it's a date with destiny. Okay. The Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. It's a date with destiny here, okay? So what does that mean? The 10 of Wands. Again, the cross. The cross. Carrying the cross. I don't know. The Page of Cups. A message. Wanting to reach out to someone. Say hi. Okay. Good news. The Page of Coins and the 8 of Cups. Walking away. Justice. Leaving something behind, walking away. Justice. Why is walking away here? Why is walking away here? Or feeling emotionally detached, or keeping yourself a bit emotionally detached from something. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just the energy, guys, okay? It does not have to be a date, does not have to be a blind date. I'm just picking up on the energy, and that's a good example, okay? But this is like, you go into something emotionally detached because you don't know, like, what they're gonna, like, this feels like I don't even know if they're, like, really gonna want me, you know? Like, having a boundary up in something here, like, whether this could even be like a job interview, okay? Because that's kind of the same thing as well, like with the energy of like, you feel like they've already read the book, right? That's kind of like you're submitting a job application somewhere and you have your resume and you have everything you've ever done and you put down everything that they need to know, and they can do all kinds of background checks on you and find out everything about you. So you're walking into something with someone who's already had like a background check done on you, and they know everything about you, and they know like your history, like the past 5 years, okay? And you don't know nothing about them. Nothing. Like, that's terrifying, okay? And then you don't even know, like, they already have all this information. So are you going to walk in there and get the boot because they're like, you know what, actually, this thing here from your past, that's, we can't work with someone like you, right? So you just kind of stay emotionally detached because, like, you don't know if you're going to be judged for certain things, or if someone has like a perception of you, or is going to see you in a bad light, or like see something somewhere in your past and go like, you know what, actually, I just can't get it out of my head. You know, you should have taken that to the grave with you, kind of a thing, right? Mm. Hmm. What else? A woman in reverse. And this interesting thing is that there's, on this woman card, she's also wearing a crown. Just like the man in reverse, but he had a sword and a crown in the reverse. This feels like mirroring. This feels like two people, a man and a woman. Both of them are actually wearing crowns and, you know, Cinderella and Prince Charming kind of a thing, right? But both of them going into something thinking like, no, I don't really have this crown on, and no, I don't think that they're gonna see me as this, you know? I can't believe they both came out in the reverse. Yeah, that's really that energy of like two people, Prince Charming and Cinderella, okay? Both sitting at home going like, oh, they're not gonna like me. Right? Isn't that funny? Fish, catching the fish. Catching the fish? What do you mean, catching the fish? And for some reason, I don't know why I'm getting this, but it has something to do with like, look, what is that? That's not a koi fish, right? I don't know what they're called. No, they're called like beta fish, something like that, right? Beta something? Aren't they the ones that eat each other? I think they're called something like that, right? Man, I don't remember. But anyways, so there's a beta fish, I think. And then around it is like these little tiny fishes. So it's almost like, again, the Cinderella and the Prince Charming card, where it's like you're actually this beautiful fish. Like, you're stunning, you're beautiful. You have a crown, you have a sword. But why is that here with catching the fish? One-sided. A message of love, thinking of you, letting you know that something is one-sided. That something is one-sided. Yeah, it's like Yeah, and again, it's the feeling of like going into something with someone, with a job. This could be anything, okay? Really, it's just like some sort of a relationship with someone that you've never met before, or you're like introducing yourself, okay? And it's that fear of it being one-sided. Like imagine going on a date or going to a job interview, and you walk out of there thinking like, wow, it's so amazing, and I could really see myself there, and I could really, that would be so good, and I think it really fits. And then you don't know what the other person thinks though. Like what if they call you and say like, I'm sorry, but we're not taking for the job, or the other person says like, actually, you weren't like what I expected you to be, or like, on YouTube you're funnier. I don't even know if I'm funny. Sometimes you guys tell me I make you laugh, so that makes me happy that I make you laugh, because I think I'm funny, but then I've met people that don't laugh, and I'm the only one laughing. So I think I have kind of like, not everyone gets my humor, but the soul tribe is here, right? Yeah. Okay, so what else? What else for the collective here before I close this reading out? The Fool. Yeah, it's like jump into the unknown. It's a new leap of faith. Yeah, you have to. The thing about the Fool, right, is that you have to leap into things and you don't know what the hell is going to happen. Okay, you have no idea what is on the other side. You don't know what's going to happen on the other side of this river bank, right? It's like the Fool is like, okay, I'm going out. I'm going to go, and I have no idea where I'm going, and I have no idea what's going to come, and I'm just following the path blindly. Like, I don't know what's going to be over there. No idea. But it's like leaping into the unknown, right? You don't know what's going to happen. So that could be something that's like coming up for you right now, is that this energy is here. The Fool is present, where you're about to take a leap into something, but it's scary. Like there's things coming up that really might scare you. So yeah, so I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to look at. So what about that? The Queen of Swords. Yeah, that could be you, okay. The King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Hierophant. The Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant. So someone here is about to get some sort of clarity about an institution. An institution. And something about insecurity. Five of Pentacles. Feeling insecure, or feeling like you're not good enough, or you're lacking in some sort of way. Like there's something about you that's just lacking, okay? Like you feel like you're gonna disappoint, or something about you is just not gonna be what someone expects, okay? Any more? Okay, so the Truth. All right, so what about this Truth? The Moon. Everything that you keep hidden. What's hidden in the Moon? Yeah, so you might be more comfortable in the Moon, okay? In the Moon energy of staying hidden. because of the whip in the reverse, because you don't want to get hurt, because you don't want to get some sort of like whiplash. You don't want to get hurt. So it's just more comfortable, right? The book, look what's at the bottom, the book. The book, exactly. It's like the dilemma right now of like, so do I go somewhere where they've read this book, but like, I don't even know what they think of it. Like, what if they find my book fucking boring? Or what if they find my book disgusting? Or what if they find my book like just, you know, underwhelming? Let's put it that way, underwhelming. Or like they expected better, you know, it's like something like that. So you don't want to take the risk, you don't want to go for it because you're like so scared of hearing those words like, you know, I know everything about you, I know everything that's in this book, I read through the whole thing, I know everything that happened the last 20 years, right? And it's like rejection. Like, can you imagine? That would be so fucking horrible. That you're like, you know what? I think it's just better to stay in the moon because then you don't get hurt, okay? Then you don't get that kind of a fucking whiplash because that would be absolutely horrible. But then on the other hand, you have the Fool here twice, which is like Spirit telling you like, take a leap of faith. Just try it. Jump into the unknown. And it's like, you're like looking at Spirit going like, this could be the biggest fail of my life. This could end up being the biggest fail of my life. Like, I don't know what this is, guys. I don't know, okay? But it feels terrifying. Like, this is the Fool, but it's a scary one because it's like, this feels like the Fool where you actually really don't know if it's going to open. And you're actually more on the side of that parachute is probably not going to open. And I'm probably going to like splatter on the floor. And it's going to be super embarrassing, okay? Because like, I'm going to look like an idiot. I'm going to feel like an idiot, okay? It's like that, okay? So, okay, give me some advice then for the collective, because this one is very, The advice is the Three of Wands. Plan something. Plan for the future, okay? The Five of Swords. Sabotage, manipulation, deception. Huh? What is that about? Somebody is going to try and sabotage? The Five of Cups, 55. 55 and the Queen of Pentacles. Five of Cups, 55. 55? Why is 55 here? Because of the house. Because of the house, because of the location of something, because of where you're going, the building, the house. And the ring. And a ring? Or maybe it's not about a ring. Maybe it's about this slipper. Okay, this has like Cinderella's slipper on it, right? Can you see that? A house and a ring. 55. I like you. Romance is blooming and seduction. Seduction, a third party interfering, temptation, attraction, flirting, dating, Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Someone wants a date just to hook up. Just to hook up? What? Or is it about finding someone attractive? Or is it about attraction? I don't know. Is it about attraction or that somebody is not the one? That something is not perfect? Huh. Okay, I feel like whatever is coming out here, I had a whole nother download that came through this morning, but I was going to do that in a separate reading, so I feel like it's coming out here. So I might just cut this one off and then do another reading because I had another message that came through. Yeah, that something is not going to end in heartbreak and betrayal. Yeah. It's like having faith that something is not going to go wrong, even though that might be really hard if you've been through a lot, right? So I know this reading feels incomplete for some reason. I feel it too. But I can tell that Spirit's like, no, that you need to get to the second part of the message, which is the second channeled message that I got. So I'm just going to leave this here and then do the next reading after this. And then I think we'll do like, yeah, it'll flow. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this helps, guys. All right. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye.